I have got a really cool tool that you have to check out, which may actually 10x your design skills. So if you've been prototyping with V0 and Cursor, this tool may actually help you out with your designs. And that tool is called Reweb. And so today we're going to go ahead and check out Reweb. And so what I'm doing right now for the first time ever is doing a stream that's coming in at you in about 4K. So I'm trying to see if my audio is still working. And we're going to check out this whole platform here. It's called, Reweb. And so Reweb, what it does is basically think about this as a cross between or Framer and Webflow. Like if Framer and Webflow had a baby, I feel like this is what everyone is kind of looking for. They're trying to take, like if you're a designer right now, designing in this space and trying to figure out code, but it's taking you a little too long or you're asking AI too many prompts, this is the stream that you need to tune into right here today. So we're going to explore this tool. It's called Reweb. So it's a visual web designer for Next.js and Tailwind. And so once you have your code, you can use ShadCN as you're doing things and select the specific blocks that you want to change. And it just updates it in the UI. And the web UI is exactly very similar to Framer. And so that's what's really, really cool. So if you're tuning into here, this is going to be a really cool live show. I'm just going to do a quick demonstration today. And then tomorrow at 9 a.m., so that's tomorrow, Sunday, at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be interviewing the founder of this app. This app has been going viral on YouTube. I just literally posted this, and it's already got like almost 200K views. And it's just going absolute bonkers between all these things. So this is something that came across my web, and we're just going to go ahead and take a look at this project right now. So this is reweb.so. If you go to this site right now, they actually have a template that's up from Magic UI. So Magic UI is an example they actually have here that you can use. And so once you have your design laid out, you can just make these changes by literally clicking on it, just like you would in Framer. Like, let's just go ahead and do this right now. So go Ray Fernando. 1337, boom, there we go. And so this is the actual thing that you're going to be changing. And if you want the code to come out, you could just say C code. And then that's where it has like a little bit of a paywall. But what's interesting is that the code can actually be exported out as a Next.js and Tailwind. So you actually have a full-blown upgrade the code to view the full Next.js and CSS Tailwind for your app. So that's pretty cool. So just for those who are kind of tuning in, this is the app called Reweb. And so this will allow us to actually play around with our designs. It's not like drag and drop per se. As you see, I kind of dropped it below, but this is kind of like how you would do this like in code. So go back here. This moves the design back as we have it here. And so if you click this little H1 here at the top, these are the different parameters you would update. So it's just very similar to code, how you would just click here and you would change these different things. So Ray Fernando 1337, you could say hello. And so things that you would do in code or how you would go into the editor, but like this is maybe more for designers. And so if you're not familiar with like different Tailwind classes, this actually shows you here on the right-hand side, all the different Tailwind classes that actually are applied here, which is pretty awesome. So definitely really, really cool. And I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on this. And if you click this little button down here, this shows us this div. So this div has like this little thing that's above it. So this is our hero section. This is our div that we have up here, which is this guy. We have our text, our P, like the paragraph. And then we have a little button that's down here that's highlighted. And then when we click span, this actually shows us not only the span, but if we click this little area here, this is plus, we can add sections in. So if I want to add in like an avatar, I could just do that here. So I have an avatar. And so like, okay, so what if I, you can just see here, and then you can click the avatar image and you see the object cover. And then you can add classes here if you know your Tailwind classes. And so you can add in like sections as well. So let's just say we wanted to change up and like do a hero split. So let's just say if we wanted to do, this hero split, let's just do that instead. Can we just add this in? Boom. So section hero, we can drag this hero split all the way to the top up here. We should be able to have that up here. I don't think it's doing it. Section hero split. Okay, yeah. So now we have this hero section up here. And so this is now our new hero section. And if we go to layers, pages, So this is kind of totally turning into, our own thing. And this section hero, you can just say delete and it's gone. Then it moves the other stuff up. has our little thing over here as well. So let me just kind of move my head as well to get this over here. So this is a little avatar. So yeah, if you don't want the avatar, you just click this little area here and hit delete. Boop, it's gone, just like that. And then what are we playing around here? So if we have the hero section, this tells us the Tailwind classes that we have here. So px6. And see if you want to add a new class, like you see py, and you can just, py10, boop, and it just tells you how much it's going to adjust the thing in. So py10, you just remove that. Yeah, cool. And so that's that there. What else can we do up in here? This is really cool. So we can change it to light, to dark. And then this has a little bit of a mobile preview. So if you want to edit on mobile, you can do that. You can, kind of go in a little bit more. You can do like a smaller device as well and kind of start messing with these menus. So if you hit features, this shows us exactly on the right-hand side. So very similar to like messing around with Framer, but basically you are able to select the different, areas here and the different design styles and, click and drag through. So this is definitely someone, like if you're really into design, this is probably the best way to kind of experiment. And, if you're not really too familiar with Tailwind classes, this will allow you to take a template that you see and just kind of throw it up on here and you can kind of visually interact with it. So that's kind of what you're doing there. So big shout out to Mr. Frank. Thanks for tuning in, man. You got the, $1.99. Definitely so cool with the super chat. So awesome. Thanks. Yes, the Reweb looks better. Framer doesn't let you export. Okay. I thought so. I know people make kits in Framer. I feel like if you can... Yeah, I think this actually looks like it says we can import code, which is really interesting. So we're going to take a look. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm all about like these cool prototyping tools and stuff, and it's been really cool that this has come to my radar because yeah, I was looking over here in my profile. Like this has just been really blown up. Also checking the stream quality, making sure everything's pretty good. Oh, so that's really sad. I changed the name of my stream in here, and it doesn't update when I go live. That is just that's a big fail on on Restream.io. So that kind of sucks, that the fact that they're just kind of renaming. They don't have like the proper name for my streams, but it's okay. At least I get the higher quality of stuff. Let's see. I was going in here because I was actually trying to show one of the streams that it just has, people are having all these different questions. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the chat and we're going to go ahead and feature that. I'm trying to catch up with the chat a little bit and see how things are going here. I don't see any things going in the chat right now on X. So I'm going to see if I could pull up my stream privately here and see if there's anyone here and say hi. So that way you can slap a chat and say hello. And then I can feature your message on X because I don't see it coming across. So just FYI. By the way, if you're wondering about that template that was shown, this template is part of this thing called magicui.design. And so with magicui.design, this is basically it's another template framework that's using ShadCN. It's actually using Motion as well, TypeScript and React. And so what you can do is there's a lot of free components that you have access to. And within those, like magicui.design has components and templates. So if we click those, you can actually go and scroll through all of these actual templates. Let me move myself to the side. So you can like get a little bento grid. And so you can play around with that. You can get the code here and literally just grab this code and put it into your app. Simply just by running this CLI command now. So you could just do that and just put that in your app, which is pretty awesome. And so you can do, like a tweet card if you wanted to do a tweet card. And the way that it works here is if you kind of expand and look at like some of these codes, is that you would put these in and then tweak some of the parameters to do whatever stuff that you want. So some of them are much easier to do than others if you look at the code here. So like in this one, it just has an animation and it tells you, it just has this like little, list of stuff that shows up that shows you, how this stuff gets in. And so I actually was able to use this for my app called LLM Calculator. So this is actually a Magic UI component. So if you put the mouse up here, it does this little cool animation type of thing. And then I also have something here so that like if you actually, at the very bottom right, there's this thing that says LLM Calc. So let me just put this like in mobile mode because this is how most people actually view the site. And so in this mode here, I'll have to scroll down a little bit more. I see what's going on. Let me just do by 500. Okay. So yeah, down here below, if I get rid of this, if you click the LLM Calc button, you see these cool stars. And so that's something that I also got from Magic UI. So what's cool is you can just get these components and throw them in there and basically, you have like fun UI that is pretty interactive. And that's just kind of this is like a component framework. And so theoretically, we should be able to just import code and see if we can put stuff in here. So import a React component by writing or pasting in code here. So what we can do is let's just see if we can grab like one of the magic UI components and just throw it in there. So in here, they have this cool like hero video dialog. Let's see, bento grid. Yeah, let's throw one of these animated lists. So if we go to the code, all we have to do is just grab this code, I believe. So installation is manual, copy and paste the following code. Okay, yeah, so we just copy this and then we should be able to go into here and then just go ahead and hit, let's see, go to layers, go to add elements, sections. I'm just going to just do import code. I'm just going to do this here. If I paste this in, import, what happens? I don't know what happened. We'll see. Maybe it's not what I thought it did. Pages, layers, motion div. Let me put this at the top. Let's see. I think that's what it did. I don't think it did anything. Huh. I really don't know what happened. So let's go to pages. Let me add a page. And then let me just go ahead and import code or add section. Oh, it already has the magic UI sections. Sweet. We could just build our own page. This is nice. Okay. Call to actions. Oh, so I don't even have to go back and forth. I can literally just build a landing page just by myself right now. Let's go. So I can do auth, pricing. Wow, this is cool. So let's build a header. So this is he literally just went to Magic UI and has everything in here for us. Yo, not gonna lie, this is actually really, really, really cool. Oh my goodness. Reweb sections. Oh, so he has sections that he's made himself too. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's make our header, right? So let's just have a basic, I like Magic UI, so we're gonna do that. So let's do Magic UI. Let's go to headers. Let's literally just build a landing page right now. Add sections. So now we have a landing page. Boom. Like log in. It works on mobile. It works. Look at that. That's hot already. Let's ship it. All right. Let's see. Okay. So we got this here. We got this view on lock as well. And then we're going to go ahead and add another section. And then we're going to go to Magic UI and let's go to a hero. So this is a default hero that he has for now. But let's go to Reweb. What kind of heroes does he have on Reweb? So like, what can we actually do here? So let's just say we want to just get people's emails and stuff and have something like this. This looks pretty cool. Yes, his features. Yeah, let's just do social proof hero split. I like this one. This looks cool. So add sections, boom. So you notice how we got a different framework, but we put it in here and it gave us this nice like UI. So let's take a look here. And that's the iPad view. And then this is the mobile view. So if we want to preview it, we just hit preview and it pops this Reweb thing into a whole preview. And this actually is going to be how our website is laid out. Yo, this is pretty hot. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Man, let me get the music up because this is like, we need the vibes right now. I swear I need the vibes right now. I do. Thanks for those who are tuning in and kind of watching here. I'm just kind of experimenting here with Reweb. Let's get some of the vibes here. All right, cool. How's everyone doing? How's from coast to coast? So what we're doing here is getting started, learn more. We're doing some prototyping with this app called Reweb. And so Reweb has been taking the world by storm because it literally is a cross between like having Framer and Webflow. Like they just had a baby and we're playing around with this designer. And what's really cool about it has this Framer-like vibe to it for me, but we can export the code into a Next.js app and then use it for, with the Tailwind and CSS and deploy this thing. So that's going to be really interesting. To me, I like to be playing with like little knobs and things, and that's what we're going to do here. And as we're doing it, what we're doing is I just created a new page just to play around with the layout. And I'm just pulling in different sections. So I go to add section again. And so wow, this is really cool. So and so if I go into the layers, I should be able to like click through into like a header. And so what I wanted to do is like over this learn more, I wanted to have between these two spaces is like add another div. Can I add to the code base, view code? Can I hit plus? Yeah, I hit plus here. And then I'll just say email. Does it have anything for email? An element? Does it have an element? Maybe. Components, sections. Oh, let me just get rid of this. Has an accordion, has a card, has a carousel, drop down, gradient, image, input. Okay, let's try this. Oh, so I have my input up here. And so what I want to do is move the input maybe down below this guy. Sick. This is sick. And so in the input, I'll just say type something. I'll just say email. And then I'll say type. I'm going to move my head so you can actually see what's going on here. So on the right-hand side, like right here, is where I'm editing, where it says email. And so let's just check this on the mobile view because mobile is kind of hot. My bad. And then if we hit type, we're just going to hit email. So that way when you put it in, it kind of validates itself as email. Yo, this is pretty hot. That's so cool. Dang. And so I hit learn more, and then I could just hit, wow, this is like amazing. And so with the button, we could say change the size to like an icon. No, we do large. Outline. We do destructive. That's so cool. I think we're doing outline. Yeah. Get started. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think this is really cool. Yo, this is actually pretty awesome. So this is, yeah, the landing page designer here. And then let's go ahead and add another section. I'm just having fun with this at all. Okay, so let's add a section. So we have the hero, and then we have like a waitlist split. Oh, I wanted it a waitlist. That's what I wanted. Okay, this is what I wanted. Yeah. And so what I actually want is this also, like this is kind of cool. So is this the div? Yeah, this is the div. So I'm gonna see if I could throw this div thing onto my waitlist down below. No? Okay, let me just drag this. There's probably some bugs. Can I put it up here? No? Yo, chill. Okay. Oh yeah, I put it up here. Okay. Let me just delete this hero. Delete. All right. And then what I wanted to do is just put this guy here. It's kind of fun because you can actually visualize all these beautiful things. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is in this section here where the form is at, I'm just going to put it underneath here. So I'll just put this under here. Yeah, boom. That's cool, right? That's so sick. And so, yeah, this is kind of like, it's like a pre-hype for your waitlist. And so I think it's going to look a little bit better if we just put this up here. Right up here. Whoops. Announcing our seed rounds. No. We'll put this above the form. Yeah, right here. Okay, cool. That's awesome. And then here are all the colors we can play with in our C code. Oh, I see. So what's this? So we have primary, secondary, accent. So our background, if we want to change to like red, you can like literally do all your brand colors here. Oh my God, let's go. Yo, this is hype right now. Just having fun. Wow, this is beautiful. So we're basically playing around with the entire site and changing everything we want just through, instead of code, just very visually. And then this should actually just allow us to export stuff. So wow, this is really fun. I'm having a lot of fun here. It looks like I'm having some trouble with my stream because it's going in and out of my actual X channel. So, but it should be able to stream okay on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to get this completely like in 4K. If you're watching on Twitch and if you're watching on X, it's probably trying to stream in 1080p. Your mileage may vary, and testing out a new streaming platform called Restream.io. So that's kind of FYI. So yeah, just a heads up. And so what we're doing here is just going to continue playing with this stuff because this is really interesting. Let's see if we can just, I'm just building out. So this is totally me playing around with this before I get to interview the founder of this app tomorrow. So I'm going to interview with them tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I see this is a sidebar. This is interesting. So I can make dashboards with this. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, documentation. Wow. This is really cool. This is totally new. Footers. We can make a gallery. Yo, this is pretty sweet. A blog. Oh my goodness. I'm in love. Technologies. Built for developers. CTA box. Social proof. Features. I love this. Pricing. Back. Call to actions. Yo, this is really fun. And let's go to the Magic UI because there's like a lot of cool stuff in Magic UI. So I think what I wanted to do was just then add a footer, right? Let's add a footer. Boom. Let's go to preview. So this is basically our website. And if I just do mobile mode, yeah, it pulls up. Dang. This is everything. Join waitlist. This is wild. Yeah, so then I can go back. If I could just go back from preview. Dang, this is actually really cool. So I could just see. So announcing our seed round, I'm just be like, YOLO, please. Let's see, the best thing. This is the best thing since sliced bread. Okay, cool. Enter your email, join 1000 devs. It even has all the different stars. And then we can change these types of things. Wow, this is great. Huh. Wow. Okay. I'm having so much fun with this. Okay. So we've learned quite a bit here in terms of what we can do. So let's kind of rewind it back a little bit and figure out kind of what we're going on here. So what we're doing is taking a look at Reweb. So Reweb was what it is basically this visual editor as we've been playing around with here for Next.js and Tailwind. So we should be able to export the code and make a Next.js project and then Shadcn UI app. So it looks like you can customize as much as you want and we can build our own custom site. So it's definitely geared towards developers who are like very design driven. And if you're learning Tailwind, it could take you a little while to figure out how to maneuver everything. And this could be a really good firsthand to see how like things in the UI update as you update your divs. I think sometimes for me, when I was first learning this stuff is that like, how do you structure your divs? Because everything is literally reading from the top down. And if you're a designer, you're just used to designing in these kind of like flat coordinal spaces. So if you put something over here, to translate that into code, you know, you kind of have to do these specific nested types of things and to describe that for the machine to lay it out for you. And then it gets really interesting, especially with Tailwind classes, as the sizes of the screen go down. So I feel like if you're playing with this app, this can help you as a designer kind of understand this stuff a little bit better through code. And so this is kind of like the first peek. And then to export the code, this export button, this is kind of where it's going to cost some money. So if you're doing something for the year, $17 a month, $99 for the year right now. And then there's like a lifetime deal for $149. So unlimited projects and code, export and do that stuff there. So FYI. And it's actually uses a lot of templates from Magic UI. So Magic UI has a lot of these free templates. And so these are the things that I would do is just go ahead and get the code and hit copy and then put them and make components in my folders. And that's just how I would use that. And like one example is like this basically view right here, kind of that I made for my header. A lot of this is all Shadcn, so I just literally use V0 to make this. And you know, this is kind of how it all goes down. So yeah, even this button here is actually from Magic UI. So you click it and makes that little, you know, poofy thing. So that's Magic UI. And so that they have already included like one of these pro templates inside. And this is what you can use to get started. So that's a little bit of what's going on with Reweb. So I'm going to be interviewing the founder, Mattia, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so Mattia is actually located in Portugal, of all places. And so this is actually kind of taking Twitter by storm right now, because a lot of people have been asking about this tool, and people who have been wanting to play around with this, who have been developing with Tailwind, have been, or like necessarily aren't into that programming language yet, or still learning it. I feel like this is like a really good chance for you to kind of play around and kind of dig into it. It looks like you can get code blocks and put them in, which is pretty cool. And then tomorrow we're going to be able to talk with Mattia some more. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, because I'm going to take a look. But tomorrow I'm going to do like an official, like really long live stream. I'm still kind of testing out this platform called Restream.io. And I'm going to figure this all out, and appreciate you just kind of joining in for me for this quick stream. And I just thought I'd say goodbye, hello, and welcome. So a big shout out to Mr. Frank again for the super chat again. It's always fun to kind of hang out with my friends and stuff who are online and doing things. So definitely appreciate the support. It's so cool. And looking forward to seeing y'all on the other side. All right. Peace.